What is up guys, it's your boy Solheim here, back with another World of Warcraft video for the War Within, and today I want to share with you one of the best ways and the easiest ways that I'm currently making gold in the War Within, and this is something I've made a video on in the past, and today we're making kind of an update to that, showing you my results over the last 2 or 3 weeks as I've been keeping track. So I'm just going to be showing you how much gold I'm making here, talking a little bit about the strategy and stuff like that. Now before we talk about the strategy itself, I do want to say that if you want to have earlier access to my content, so my videos here on YouTube for example, and even exclusive videos and exclusive content, then check out my War Within Goldmaking Guide if you haven't yet. This is a goldmaking guide made for the War Within with the aim of helping you making millions of gold in the War Within, talking about how to farm gold, crafting for gold, making gold both with and without professions, flipping, investing, pretty much any avenue of making gold I do try to be helpful in. And it's kind of like, no matter how you prefer making gold, there should be something in that guide to help you in your method of making gold. In addition to that, you obviously get early access to videos, as I just said, and you get exclusive videos, exclusive content, and you get access to a gold making Discord server where I myself make posts that I don't share here on YouTube, so you just get more information, more help, and it's a community full of other people trying to make gold, so it's a good place to be if you want to make gold in the War Within. Now check that out through the link down below in the pinned comment, and with that being said, let's talk about today's strategy of making gold, which is flipping. Flipping is where you buy items from one server and you sell them on a different server, and I've talked about this in the past. I have a guide on it as well, and you can go and check out that guide for a full overview on flipping, but just to make it so that this video is by itself standalone good enough to understand what's going on, some items, even though we have a region-wide auction house right now, not everything is on that region-wide auction house, and a very easy way to understand what's on the region-wide auction house and what's server-specific is that anything stackable, like for example materials, so Michael Bloom for example, Michael Bloom can be stacked. That means this will be on the region-wide auction house, so if you sell this on Terran Mill for example, it can be bought from someone on Silvermoon. So anything that is a material or a stackable item that can stack in 1 stack, 2 stacks, so that is weapon enchants, any enchants, those scrolls. Actually, enchants are the best thing to use here. So for example, Radiant Power. The actual enchant for Radiant Power is going to be region-wide, but the formula will be server specific, and that is because the enchants, as you can see these ones right here, they can be stacked, but the formula cannot be stacked. So these will be on the region-wide auction house, and the formula will be on the server-specific auction house. Now other items that are on server-specific auction houses are for example armors and weapons, and that is kind of where my flip comes into play. I am flipping both armor and weapons across multiple servers, and what you want to do here is find a server where these items are selling for cheap and sell them on a server that they're going for expensive. So a couple of examples here are these items that I just posted today. This one for 500 gold, which I buy for 200, so I'm doubling my gold, but it's a small gold. You get 250 gold profit, not really anything to talk about, but I just throw it in there because I can make some gold from that one. This one I bought for 200 gold and we're selling for 1.2k, and the Bismuth Brainweave Projector is a profession accessory, or profession tool, engineering accessory, that I'm crafting and then selling. Duskweave bags are also on the server-specific auction house, but instead of buying and flipping these, I'm crafting them and then flipping them, and then selling on multiple auction houses just to sell them faster. Now we also have, for example, this one right here I bought for less than 400 gold, and we're trying to sell for 3000 gold. We have the amulet, the spinner's amulets, so necklaces, 564 necklaces. I usually buy these for 6000 gold, and here we are selling them for 12,000 gold. We have the spinner's circlet, the rings, selling for 18,000 gold, and I've been buying them for less than 6,000 gold, so we're tripling our gold on that one as well. So we're looking at margins here, and we're trying to buy something cheap and at least double our gold or sometimes triple it, and just try to make some profit. Now as I said, this is not going to be a guide on flipping, it's more about talking about how much gold I've made through flipping. So for the purpose of that, I have been stocking up on my mailbox for the last 2 or 3 weeks, so we're going to take a look at exactly what has sold. And and it is important to note that everything here I'm making huge profit margins on. The exact profit I'm making is a little bit hard to say, but we can try to guesstimate. So for example, these amulets, the two that sold yesterday, 29 days expired, so they sold yesterday. I buy them for 7,000 gold each right now, and I sold them for 11.4. You do lose 5% to the auction house right there, but still, this is the mail that we have right now, 11.4 gold, 11.4 thousand, 11,400 gold, and I bought them for 7,000, so that is 4,000 gold profit on a 7,000 gold investment, well, 4.4k. Then we have the claymore that I bought for less than 300 or 400 gold and selling for 2.5k. We sold 2 of them yesterday. We have a blade selling for 1.5k. Once again, I try to buy these weapons in the 300 to 400 gold range, so this is a tripling my investment right here. And on the claymores we did like what, 7 to 8 times our investment on that one as well. We sold some armor pieces that once again we bought for 300 to 400 gold and sold for almost 2,000 gold. This one as well, 1.4k. Looking at the bigger sales though, it's a lot of necklaces, rings, and also cloaks. So in this case we sold a ring for 9,000 gold. We once again buy them for between 6 and 7,000, so we're making about 40 to 50% profit margin on that specific sale. The cloaks, I bought a bunch of them for 5,000, and we sold one right here for 8.5, another one for 8.5, and here we sold a staff that I bought for 500 gold for 5.7k. That is 11,000% profit margins, or no, 1,100%, or 11 times profit margins on that one. Buying a staff for 500 gold, selling it for 5.7k, the easiest gold of all time. And then down here we have another amulet been selling, we have a bunch of professional equipment just adding up over time, but the big gold is coming from amulets, rings, and cloaks, and also the weapons that I'm trying to flip. So these characters I pretty much set up with the intent of selling professional equipment, but over time I figured that I might as well use the gold that I already have and try to do some flipping. So here we have another amulet, for example, necklace sold for 18,000 gold, and another one for 18,000 gold down here as well. And you can see all of these sales have been happening over the course of about 5 and 6 days, so 5.5 days. And in 5.5 days we made 285,000 gold. It's quite hard to say how much of that was profit, but I do want to say about 200,000, if not more of that, is literally profit. So we're going to be opening all of those right here. So opening all of these, we're going to have another couple of mails as well. I think we have about 3 weeks of data stocked up here. So we can just reload the UI right now and we can try to get those opened as well to see how much more gold we have. I do believe we have more gold every single time we refresh the mailbox here, because prices have been going down a little bit, but the market is also very unstable, which can be both good and bad when it comes to flipping. So here we have another 100 mails sold, and we have 480,000 gold this time. Now I'm not going to talk about all the sales, you can just take a look at what we're selling, but it's a lot of flipping. Once again, we have weapons, staff, weapon, item, cloak, bunch of flipping. Here we have a circlet ring for 12,000 gold, 3 amulets on the same day selling for 18,000 gold. Going down we have another circlet or a ring for 12,000 gold, a bunch of items selling for a couple thousand gold each, bunch of weapons once again. We have a cloak, we have another cloak, and we have another amulet right here. This amulet though sold for 6.1 thousand gold. Maybe that might have been a 561 amulet, because I don't think I'll be selling 564s for that price, but it could have been a 561 amulet with a socket in it. So yeah, going down here we have another couple of sales for 18,000 gold each, and the biggest sales are once again the cloaks and the amulets and the rings. So here we have amulet for 19,000, we have a ring for 12,000, another amulet for 16,000, and another amulet for 23,000. Now as you can see, all of these amulets were sold on the same day, but they have 3 different prices, and that is because I usually put the haste and mastery stat ones a little bit more expensive, because haste and mastery is usually the best in slot stat for most classes. So if you have a ring or a necklace with haste and mastery, you can pretty comfortably put that at a higher price, and it tends to sell. So yeah, here we go, that is all of those sales. Another amulet as well for their fever flare. I do believe that's haste and mastery, but either way, 2 of those mails sold for 23,000 gold, pretty good right there. So we're going to open those mails as well, and we have a couple more mails afterwards. Don't think we have too many, but we have a couple of them. So here we go, we have the next couple of mails right now. I'm just going to go out and go back in, reload the UI one more time, and we have 92 more mails to look at. So here we have another 375,000 gold, and yeah, this is literally exactly 3 weeks. So 3 weeks of flipping on one server alone, which all I'm doing here, by the way, when I'm flipping, is I'm buying items cheap and selling them expensive, and I post once per day. So this character has been posting one time every single day. I usually post either when I wake up, or when I come home from the gym, or whatever I'm doing that day. So the first time I sit down to play the game, I post these auctions, and posting takes me about 2 or 3 minutes per character, so 3 minutes per day for 3 weeks. It's like about 1 hour of playing. So 1 hour of playing, we got 1.1 million gold. Now, not all of that is going to be profit margins, by the way, but if you take away 300,000, which I think is too much, because some of the items we're making 11 times profit on, but I do believe we have about 800 to 900,000 gold of profit right here on this character alone. So that is this character. That's only one character though, and 3 weeks of selling, 1.1 million gold. Now, that is only one character done. We do have 5 more to go through. No, 4 more to go through. So we can go, actually no, 5 more to go through. Now I'm going to go through these a little bit faster this time instead of talking about all of the sales, because now I've shown you the sales on one server, and the prices vary a lot from server to server. So we're going to open all of the mails now, see exactly how much gold we make, and see how much gold we make on this character as well. Now, once again, it's a lot of flipping and also selling professional equipment here, so it's a lot of the same items for different prices, because once again, everything here is server specific, so the prices will vary a lot. They will go like up and down all the time, and I have a couple of servers that are usually in the highest selling servers, where I both get the highest quantities sold and also the highest prices, and we have a couple of medium servers that still make me profit, but not the same amount. But over here we can see a couple of sales that did really well, especially professional equipment is doing really well on this server. So yeah, 400,000 gold right here. I'm gonna open all of those as well, and that leaves us at about 1 million gold once again. And I do believe, once again, it's hard to say exactly how much of this is profit, but with 1 million gold, I think it's fair to say that about 750,000 of that was profit this time. And that is because we once again make huge profit margins on both the cloaks, the rings, and everything else. Actually, I could take it down a little bit, because we do sell mostly cloaks and rings here, and we are doubling our gold. So let's just say 600,000 gold profit here from that 1 million gold. So 1 million gold back, 600,000 of which is probably profit margins, and let's go on to the next one. On server number 3 that I'm selling on, we have 260 mails once again, and the first 100 had 360,000 gold in them, and once again it's a lot of equipment being sold, both cloaks, rings, necklaces, and real equipment as well, or quote-unquote real equipment. I did not click on reload, did I? Nope. And the thing I like about this is that it's super easy. You just have to find a server where things are selling for cheap, and then find a couple of servers where they're selling for expensive, and all you do is spend the gold you have, and then repost the auctions. So you buy items cheap, you sell them expensive, and it's really easy to identify where items are cheap. It's a little bit more difficult to identify where they are expensive, but usually, I just logged out. I have no idea why. Now, when it comes to identifying where items are cheap, it is usually just finding a high pop server. A popular server is usually where you will find cheap items, because there you have more competition for selling, and therefore you have a higher supply of those items. Think about the BOEs for flipping, for example, the rings and necklaces. They are based on being dropped in the open world. Now, if you have a high pop server, you have more people farming, and also just more people playing the game, and naturally finding selling those items. A higher supply of those items also means a lower price of those items, so go to a couple of Hypop servers, find these items cheap, start buying them and start selling them. On character number 3 we made about 774,000 gold, and I think about 400,000 of that is probably profit, so 770,000 gold and 400k profit margins right there. So far on 3 characters we have made 1.8 million gold profit. So here we are on the 4th character, and over here we once again have a bunch of, this is like a weird sales character, because the weapons are not really selling for that good, and even the rings are not selling for that much either, but the shawls, the cloaks, they're selling really well. Once again I'm buying these cloaks for about 6,000 gold each, sometimes even cheaper than that, between 5 and 6k, and I sold one 4 days ago for 30,000 gold. That is a 5 times profit margin on that one. Now, professional equipment also sells quite well here, Dark Moon decks sell well here, but the weapons I'm trying to flip, like for example the Claymore, sure, I'm doubling my gold on this one, but I'm not getting rich from that sale. I'm doubling my gold, so it's still good, like margin-wise, but I'm making about 400 gold profit, or 350 gold profit on this item. So even though the margins are good, it's not that much gold per sale. Either way, let's open all of the sales here as well. We have 260 sales once again, and that number seems to be repeating itself quite a lot, between 250 and 300 on most of my characters so far. Now, on the next 100 sales, we have 400,000 gold, and I do believe we're going to be close. Actually, look at this. Spinner's Amulet for 30,000 gold. 15 days ago, sure, but still. We're going to be close to 1 million here, I do believe. We have 61 mails left to go, and we have 200,000 gold left to go to get to 1 million. And I do believe we have made quite a lot of profit here, because the margins are good. It's just not that much gold per sale, but the margins are quite good. And the cloaks, for example, the margins are insane on those cloaks. And on this one I had a couple of leftover mails that I hadn't picked up from the last video, so we actually lost a couple of gold there, but that's only from the equipment, so I don't really care too much. Either way, 921,000 gold on this character, so we're going to put down 900k just to keep it simple, and we can say that 600k of that was profit, because the margins were quite good. Now, on my last flipping character, we only have 167 mails sold, so a little bit less this time around, but the profit margins are about the same. So amulets, for example, selling for 17,000 gold, even though I paid like less than 7,000 for them. We have a couple more amulets here for 14,000, 14,000, a cloak for 18,000 that once again I buy for between 5 and 6k. We have some staffs being sold. This staff, right, that's a bad sale. I bought it for 500, we sold it for 500, either way. We have this one, a weapon that I bought for less than 500 and sold for 4.7. We have this one for 2,000 gold, 1.4k, and I tried to buy these for the couple of 100 gold each range. We have another amulet for 14,000 gold, another one amulet or a shawl for 12,000 gold. We have a hoop for 8,000 gold. A couple of good items. So 167 mails. We actually have 300,000 gold from the start here on this character, where I think we had 370,000 gold to begin with on this character. Either way, we're going to end up making about 500k profit, I do believe, or not profit, but 500,000 gold on this character, and about 300,000 of that was profit on this character as well. So 500k in sales, and 300k of that was profit. Like a guesstimation of the profits here, by the way, because it's pretty hard to calculate the exact profit margins unless I keep track of everything, which I'm not going to, because it's just that it takes too much time, and this flip is something I do when I'm eating breakfast, eating food, eating lunch, or just for a couple of minutes before I start playing the game. I try to make these flips happen as fast as I can, and I try to just spend 1 day per week of buying items, and buying those items takes about 10 minutes per week, and then you just log on for 2 or 3 minutes per day and post the auctions once, and that's it. So with the numbers I wrote down here, we made 4.3 million gold in sales, and 2.5 million of that, guesstimated by the way, is profit margins. So 2.5 million gold profit, give or take, could be slightly less, could be slightly more, it's hard to say, but I do want to say that once again, some of the items I'm getting 11 times profit margins on, and some of them I'm doubling my gold on, and some we only get 50% profit margins on, so I do believe the profit margin is at least over 50%, because that is technically the bottom that I'm getting anyway. So profit margins are probably even more than 2.5, but we can play it safe and say 2.5. So 4.3 million gold in sales, 2.5 million gold profit in 3 to 4 weeks of flipping items, and I only log onto these characters once every single day, and I'm doing my restock at least once per week. So I'm trying to buy items once per week and then just sell them off gradually throughout the week and then restock one more time. And once you have this process going, it's really fast. The restock process takes between 10 and 15 minutes per week, and posting the auctions takes about 2 to 3 minutes per day. So 2 to 3 minutes per day over the course of a month, that is like 1.5 hours of playtime. So between 1 hour and 1.5 hours per character over a month, so we can say about 7 hours of playing, and you make 2.5 mil. That is not bad. Either way, this turned into quite a long video. I just wanted to open all of the mailbox on the video, just so you know that I'm not faking anything. This is just me selling items, and I want to talk about how good this strategy is, and how much gold I'm able to get. Now, obviously, you do need to have some capital to start doing this, but you don't need to have that much. When it comes to flipping necklaces and rings, you buy the necklaces for about 7,000 gold each, and you buy the rings for about 6,000 gold each. So if you have 1 million gold, you can buy a ton of rings and a ton of necklaces. Usually I spend about 250,000 gold every single week on my items that I'm buying and then selling throughout the week. So with 250,000 gold, you can start doing some real flips really fast, and you don't even have to start on 5 servers like I do. You can just start by flipping on 1 server and then just scale as you see the success, and use the gold you make from flipping to open up more flipping characters. So start with flipping on 1 server and then use the profits from that server to start on server number 2, and then just keep scaling. Either way, that's pretty much the video. Just wanted to talk about this, showcase the mailbox opening. That's kind of what this was, a mailbox opening and talking about flipping at the same time. So hopefully you enjoyed the video. Once again, if you want to have more gold making information and more help from me when it comes to gold making, check out my gold making guide through the link down below in the pinned comment. It's yeah, just check it out through the link in the pinned comment. You can check the reviews on that website as well to see what people have to say about the guide after purchasing it. Either way, thank you for watching, I really do appreciate it, and I'll see you again in the next video very soon.